Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your cleaning business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So for women that are looking at having a certification, it definitely gives you an edge. Now, I want you to know it doesn't mean you cannot win a contract without it. We've had lots and lots of our students and clients that have gone on and they've won contracts, even if they're not certified. But I always say, this is something that you want to look forward to doing. Some of you are going to want to do it right out of the gate, and some of you are going to want to take your time, and you may even want to do it a year or so later. So let's break it down so we understand what the differences are. So there's a WBE, which is Woman Business Enterprise. That is by your local and state. There's WOSB, Woman-Owned Small Business, which is done by Government Small Business Administration. And then there is the ED, which is the Economic Disadvantaged Woman-Owned Small Business. That's all about your financial ability. And there is just a woman-owned business. So when you're doing your SAMs, if you're looking at doing government cleaning contracts, it just simply says woman-owned business. Woman-owned small business. That means you own a business, but you're not a WBE. You haven't been certified by the state. And you're not a WOSB. You're not a woman-owned small business, but you are a woman-owned business. So now I'm glad we've got that out of the way. Now, let's look at what are qualifiers. What I don't want you to do is go through filling out the application and going through all of that, and then you find out that there are some basic things you could have figured out if you were going to qualify or not. Now, in the description below, I'm going to actually give you the link where you can go and you can look at some of the questions to see if you qualify as well. Now, number one, are you at least 51% owned by a woman? Check. Number two, are you for profit? Check. Nonprofits do not qualify for a WOSB. Number three, are you a U.S. citizen? Check. Number four, and this is the one where a lot of women get kind of hemmed up, I guess you would say. They ask, do you own the business? Check. And do you control the business? Now, the controlling part comes down to, are you involved in the day-to-dayness, the management? A long time ago, there were so many people that were getting women to be the front of the company, but they had no decision. So there were men who would have females, whether it was their wife or a relative or someone they didn't know, they would give them money in order to be the front of the company. So SBA got smart and they started asking questions. One of the things I get a lot of questions about is, why would my application be denied? Well, one of the main reasons are, really there's two. One, if you have a 9 to 5, they're going to ask, do you have a 9 to 5 or do you spend the majority of your day with the business? Is it like a full-time? That's the question. Is it a full-time business? If it is not, they're going to ask, how do you plan to control the business if you're not there? And there's certain things you want to say that go into why and how you feel like you're going to control it. So think of, if you're not there and you're looking to get a woman-owned small business certification, how are you going to be involved in the day-to-dayness? Are you going to work different hours so you're still working full-time, but you're not working full-time during the day? Think about that. Number two, they are also going to want to know, do you have control over the bank accounts? Like, are there other signers or is it just you? They're going to really, really look at this because this is worth billions and billions of dollars that's set aside for woman-owned small businesses and economically disadvantaged businesses, economically disadvantaged women-owned small businesses. So they're not giving them out willy-nilly. I know individuals that will just think if they get a certification, it's going to be simple. They fill out the application and they're like, where's my, why was my application denied? Because they think it's going to be like, one, they fill it out, two, they automatically get approved, and they're ready to get grants, because a lot of grants are, set aside for if you are a certified woman-owned small business. So they feel that they have an advantage and they look at that, but they don't realize this is, serious. They're not just handing certs out to any and everyone, because that would not be fair for the individuals that are really working hard to scale their business as a woman-owned business, and they're looking to really make that difference and have the edge when it comes to winning contracts. So there are ways you want to make sure that you are eligible before, and it's simple. It's like a checklist, and I'm going to make sure that I put this checklist within our Facebook group so you can click on. Love to see you join our Facebook group. And also I'm going to have some, let's see, I'm going to do the state of California for a bid. So look in the description for the state of California. It's going to be a link that you can look to see what bid is for the state of California. That's the bid that's going to be there for this week. Excited, yes. And if you want to learn more about, woman-owned business enterprises and woman-owned small business and economically disadvantaged. And with the economically disadvantaged is pretty much saying you can't have a certain amount of assets. Also, one other thing I want to add, there are certain NAICS codes that can only qualify for a woman-owned small business. Ours, 2 thumbs up if you're looking at doing 561720, or like I said, if you're doing 561210, which is facility services, we are good. And when a woman-owned, economically disadvantaged woman-owned small business is all about your assets. So I think you have to have less than like $6 million in assets, and it doesn't include your primary home. That'd be great, huh? $6 million in assets. Well, I'm quite sure we're going to get there. And the other thing is they're looking at making sure that you, once again, are in control over it. So it's all about the control, ownership, and making sure that women have an even playing field to play in what sometimes was considered a male-dominant environment. The last thing is when it comes to NAICS codes, you want to make sure you check. So you can go to nixcode.com to make sure that your NAICS code, if you're doing something other than, I have a lot of people that want to do more than just one, but they're going to ask for your primary, but they want to know what else are available, because like I said, there's certain NAICS codes that are eligible and certain aren't. Certain are not. Some are not. So with that said, I'd love to see you at the free workshop masterclass. Every Wednesday, space is limited. Make sure you click if you are a woman-owned small business and you want to know what really is involved. And let's answer this question I get a lot. Can I do the paperwork myself? Can I fill out the application? Yes, you can. You absolutely can fill out the application. But there are those that want assistance. There are those that want to make sure that they do ask you for a resume. They want to make sure that you have the skill set to actually manage and run a business, even if you own it. They want to make sure that you can run and manage the business. So a lot of small business applications, WOSB applications get denied because for 2 reasons. The 9-to-5 aspect, the full-time, they're not able to articulate or write it down on why they should still be certified, even if they're not involved in the day-to-dayness. That's a tough one. And number 2, their resume is not usually up to par. So for those of you that want assistance, I would love to show you what you need to do. Make sure you sign up for that free masterclass. I go into a lot of details and more, all about the certifications, the bidding, finding a bid, locating a bid, the basic requirements, all of that and more. And if you're interested in what you need to do to scale your business to 6 figures and beyond, when it comes to just commercial contracts, then make sure you sign up for my free workshop masterclass, all about scaling using commercial. So I have something for commercial and I have something for you for government. So we've got something for you in both of those areas if your main goal is to get to 6 figures and beyond. Looking forward to seeing you. Space is limited. Click the description below. And until next time, be safe and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.